Today I'm going to be doing a review on my bug out kit. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. I've mainly focused on, I've packed for the zombie apocalypse because I believe it could happen. I mean, it might not, but still, best to be ready, isn't it? Right. This is my Osprey Mark IV body armour used by the British military. Turn it over. I've got a knife frog, so I am getting a survival knife, but this is basically how it would work if I just get this kitchen knife here. You put it in there, and it fits in there nice and snug, so it won't fall out. I am going to get some Kevlar plates for the insides, but yeah, that's pretty much this. Okay, right, this is my webbing, DPM. I'll show you everything I've got inside of it. Right, so if we start opening it up, in these two I have nothing in here. In here I have a head torch, which will come in handy at night. I have some binoculars, and you wouldn't think it, but they would come in very handy. So, and this is a brush, what the British Army give out. It's basically just to clean your guns, so that could come in handy. In here I have this, which it's the top half of a stove. I'll get back to that in a second. And a knife and fork, and I do have the spoon, but I was cleaning that because I did recently go camping, so I've got this. And then in the one next to it, I have a can of, I think it's propane, or it's butane. No, it's, yeah. And this basically just screws onto the top, and then this thing flips down. You would turn it left until you hear the gas, and you get a lighter and light it at the top, and yeah, and then you'll be cooking. So in here I have, this is probably one of my favourite ones in that pocket. I've got Altoid tin, which has lip and cold sore relief. I've got some tablets for some, these are Rennies for either heartburn. These are little cold relief ones. I have paracetamol in here. I've got Strepsil, just in case you get a sore throat. And then this is to relieve hay fever, which do come in handy for me, because I do have hay fever. So yeah, I've got that. Got some paracord, which will probably be more use to me than most things in here. This is my little homemade survival tin. I've got some snare wire, I've got a saw, got little foldable spoons, I've got some paper, I've got a pen down the bottom, got some matchsticks, plasters, some wipes I've got from KFC, which might not seem a lot but could come in handy. I've got some salts, I've got a fishing set down the bottom, I've got a little compass, it's probably shit but still, like, might as well. I've got a sewing kit, I've got a whistle which is very loud, I have a flint, which I get a knife and I'll be able to start a fire in no time. So yeah, right. I've got some camera cut out. I've also got a multi-tool, which I'll open. Hold on. It's got pliers, it's got a knife, it's got a little saw. They're not the best, but still. It's got a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and it's got a crosshead. Yeah. And I do have some Stanley blades in there, so they could come in handy. This is probably something I've collected over a while. This is just like salts, sugars, wipes, shit like that. So that comes in very handy. And technically tea bags, what come in there. So make a nice cup of tea. And I've got some vinegar. Okay, so I'll make something and I want some vinegar on it. Got another one of those little spoons. And then in these ones, I don't think this has got anything. No, that hasn't got anything. But this, probably one of the most important things I've got in this weapon, is my first aid kit. And I haven't really taken anything out of this. I've put a little bit of stuff into it, but I've got a whistle, which I've got one in there, so it's always nice to have more than one. I've got this, where you open this bit and you just slide out the plaster. I've also got a bandage in there. Got scissors, just a couple of little plasters. I've got antiseptic wipes, which will come in handy. So yeah, it's basically just a standard. There's a finger bandage and there's an eye bandage at the back. But yeah, it's just basically a standard first aid kit. And I am planning on getting a bigger one than this. So yeah, that's pretty much my webbing. So okay, this is just a couple of bits. This is my British Army respirator. I've got a couple of more filters up in the loft. But yeah, can't really say much about it. Just in case, I mean, it always comes in handy, doesn't it? And this is probably one of my favourite things in the bug out bag. And I do wish that it was a real gun, but obviously, as you can tell, I live in the UK, and I can't exactly get a real gun, so this will have to do. I've got a air rifle, which will catch me my food if I need to go out like wild in the woods. It's the only problem is it's a single shot, and I need to break the barrel to actually stick one in, and then pull it back up, and then it'll be ready to fire. So yeah. Okay, so this is my main bag. So it's a 150 litre Bogan, or 180 litre. No, it's not 180 litre. Well, yeah. Well, anyway, I'm getting some side pouches for it. As you can see, it just sort of zips on. So I sit on this side of the light. You can see zips there, and basically it's just big pouches what sit on the side. Put some bottles of water in there, or whatever you want. So yeah, just open the bag, and first I've got my big waterproof bag. Not sure what to call it. It's just a bag, I suppose. And in here is, I have some. This is probably like, yeah. And anyway, so this has got some extra plasters. It's got some allergy relief. It's got the hay fever, paracetamol. So it's basically what I've got in my webbing, but just so I can restock it. I've got chewing gum, I've got, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got chewing gum, I've got just allergy relief and just basic tablets and stuff that will get me going, like, you know. I've also got this, and this I got the last time I went camping, like not the last time, but the time before, and they do work. Basically, they sit on like a little metal thing, and it's just a swell, and you light the end of it, and it will burn really slowly, and it keeps the mosquitoes away. So they are really handy, unless you want to get bit. This cotton balls, so I can get if I can't get the fire started one night, and you know I need to keep warm, and it's too windy, then this will be an easy light. So yeah. This is a little Bible. I mean, I'm not really a big believer, but you know, something to read, and who knows, it might keep me going in times of struggle. I've got 2 plates, just in case someone wants to join me. This I have. What's in here? This is just restock of the vinegars what are in my wedding, but I'll put them in this bag so if they did explode they wouldn't go everywhere. This is basically sort of my when my gas stove runs out, this will be my sort of backup. This is just a little Hexi stove. I don't know if you know what a Hexi stove is, but basically it's this. You take this off and you open things like this. And then inside these are just fire lighters. You basically sit it like this. You put, I can't do it with one hand, but you basically put this on there, and then I've got something in the kitchen what's getting washed up because I went camping recently. It's like a Crusader mug, and it sits on here, and then you put the fire lighter under here, and then you can make soup or any kind of meal what needs to be heated up, and you can get the MREs. What you literally fold it up, put it in the mug, and then put some water, boil it. So yeah, and then I've got fire lighters there, and fire lighters there. So I'm good in the way of fire lighters. Also, what have I got? I've got this in here. I've got a hat which is sort of gillied, so I'll keep hidden if I'm low on the ground. Here I've got a DPM smock, what will keep you warm. Yeah, I've got here at the bottom, I have got an Arctic sleeping bag, so I will be very warm. At the bottom, I've just got the same DPM of this, but just the trousers on the top, just in case my MTP, which would be the same camo as that. I've got trousers on top of that and hat, what I would normally wear, but if they get either ruined or wet, or you know, I've got something I've got a backup. Right, I've got some lighters in here, so that'll come in very handy. I've got a little notepad just in case I want to do some writing or doodling. I've got a book about fishing, and I mean, wouldn't think it, but if you're in a woods what has got streams or anything and there's fish, I mean, it will teach you a lot. So I've got some sunglasses in here. I've got some little deodorant, so I mean, so I don't smell. I've got a DPM hat here. I've got some brushes, 2 brushes, just for anything really, just cleaning my boots or something. Got some of this, which is just, I'm not sure what it is actually, it's just a kind of like the straps on here. It's basically that material, and if I cut my leg or cut any kind of arm or anything, I can wrap it round and tie it tight so it can stop the bleeding. And I've just got a little pouch here just to stick anything in. I wonder if I've got anything else. No, that's pretty much it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, but yeah, thank you.